conduct several surveys, speed surveys that is, in the morning, another one in the afternoon, another one in the evening. On the first day, on Wednesday, the 19th, we had 37 vehicles, and one was going 1 mile over. The second was on Thursday, the 20th, from 11 to 3 p.m., 4 hours. Out of 27 vehicles, we had two that were a little over the speed limit. One was at 32, and the other one was at 38. And the third day was on a Friday, the 21st, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Out of 33 vehicles, we had none that were speeding. We did conduct this survey with a LiDAR gun from the Highway Patrol, you see here, and an unmarked vehicle to make sure that it was a fair survey.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or motion?
Second,
Approve the recommendation to deny?
to deny.
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so the motion is to deny the request for speed humps. All in favor to deny the request?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Okay, so, okay, 4. All right, the ayes have it, 4-1 vote on that. Thank you. The next item is a presentation of January 25 through March 25 budget to actual report.
Right, basically, as you said, Mayor,
We'll ask Ann to log in right now. Yeah. And I don't want to start without her. Start. I would go over there and do that, and then we come back and do meet all participants in the option group. I think last time we did all participants in the option group first, and then we voted. That's what we were doing. I hate that. I'll be the first one. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh no, someone took it. Oh no, they put it out now. How are y'all? I'm good. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Anna. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good. That's all your good stuff for your trip. I saw on FitLos that you all are gonna pick him up in Austin.
I wasn't sure. Well, because first I thought we were going in 86.
That's what I thought too, so I need to sit and talk with Mayor to see what's gonna go on. And then I saw his request, right, his travel request, and it says to be picked up by Mayor in Austin. So I'm like, are you all going still in the EDC vehicle and you're gonna pick him up? And I don't know. So I need to ask him.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought, okay, well, I asked her,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll see. So is it just that it's going from?
I guess so. I don't know.
I thought it was, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who else. I have no idea. And only, you know how he hasn't been here lately, and I usually have to run.
No, I got
Like
it.
the
I
last-
got you.
So
Yes,
that way, then
yes,
I'll just go
yes.
with Mr. Vera, and then I'll just, I might give up on him already. This is the third time, so if not, Jessica has had to do it for me twice, so.
Yeah, no, I got it. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll do, I guess whatever mayor says, so we can.
That's what I'm doing. It's done.
How far is Austin from Georgetown? He'll be in Austin?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I think I gave Mayor the directions. It
Let
was
me-
like 5 hours and
Recording in progress.
12 minutes or something like that from here.
Okay, we're not muted.
No.
Okay, that's you, and we're not muted. Okay, perfect.
And the last time this one was muted.
Yeah, we might have accidentally done new participants on the retreat and then started the master control. That might happen last time.
Probably.
Okay.
How was your weekend, Miss Anna? How was your weekend?
Good.
Good.
Your mom already?
No, she's here till Tuesday.
Oh.
Till next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday.
11 days, yes. Oh, it's good. Okay, so we'll
But
push
you took her to the island, so that was
Yes,
probably
yes,
nice.
yeah. She went for Kyle's birthday, yes. She's cooking up a storm.
Oh, wow.
That's good. We do eat well.
I'll just manage to.
How are you? What happened? What happened? My tire has a, hi, how are you?
Yes, how you did.
Hi.
Yeah.
You know that story with the little
The prayer is longer than the meeting.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to call this meeting to order. It is 4:30, and today's date is Monday, June the 23rd, 2025. Ms. Ana, can you establish quorum?
Yes, ma'am. Mayor Nori Garza,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Ruben Plata,
Present.
Councilwoman Jessica Ortega,
Present.
Councilwoman Marissa Gerlach,
Present.
Councilman Alberto Vela.
Present.
Mayor, we've established quorum.
Okay, thank you. Next item is invocation and pledge of allegiance. Please stand.
Our Heavenly Father, as we begin this meeting, let us take a moment to reflect on the responsibility we carry as public servants. We ask for your guidance and wisdom as we serve our community. Bless our city, its residents, and all of those who work to make it a better place. May peace and progress be the fruit of our efforts today. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item is disclosure of conflict of interest. Ms. Ana, was anything filed?
Mayor Pro Tem Plata has one on file for executive session item number 2 in relation to Cimarron.
Okay, thank you. Next item, we're moving on to presentations, and the first presentation is Employee of the Month for May. And I think we're doing something a little different today, right?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Today we are presenting to you our Employees of the Month for May. We have two. Our category for that month was teamwork. So we have Ms. Paula Banda and Ms. Patricia Leja. They work in our City Secretary Department, and our Media Department has created a video that we'd like to show you.
Okay, thank you.
That's a nice video.
I'm Patricia Leija. I work for the City Secretary. I am a Vital Statistics Deputy, and I've been here for 5 years.
I'm Paula Banda. I'm the Senior Vital Statistics Deputy. I have been an employee for the city for 27 years.
Serving the mission community means knowing that you are able to have some sort of effect in someone's life.
It's very rewarding to be a public servant when you can see the look on their faces of satisfaction when their needs are being met. We're trying so hard to assist this fragile elderly gentleman that is in poor health. We were having problems at first, and we didn't want him to drive all the way to Hidalgo County Courthouse for his permanent record. We were convinced that we had to do everything in our power to assist him in any way we could. I was compelled to assist him to his vehicle because he was having difficulties in walking even with his walk, and I believe this little help was necessary. I truly believe that all of us should practice the golden rule and believe that our daily task doesn't belong to one individual but the whole department itself.
What I felt in being recognized as Employee of the Month, very appreciative and thankful for being recognized for all my efforts.
It feels good to see all the hard work is recognized when we go the extra mile.
Very nice. Yay. Very well done. Thank you.
So I'd like to ask Ms. Paula Banda and Ms. Patricia Leja to please come to the front to accept their awards.
Yes, if you all want to come up here with us, we can get a picture.
Thank you very much.
Okay. The next item is a presentation by Mission Police Department. Chief Torres? Oh, can you hear me now? No? It's off.
That one.
There it goes.
Hello, Mayor and Council. Good evening, Chief Torres, Mission PD.
Hi, Chief.
Today, we're here to show some of our goals and objectives and overviews of the police department for this fiscal year. We'll start off, there were some handouts that were placed on your desk there for, to follow in case you wish to. We'll start with the crime rate. The crime rate for 2023, there was a reduction of 23.10. Last year, we had a reduction of 9.62, and this year, the stats won't come out till 2026. We will be having the monthly crime rate stats, but that's once we're caught up to the system that went down and we're back fully operational. For the fiscal year, we had, on our budget, we had spent 44.66% of our budget. That's a good thing because that allows us an opportunity to save money and pay to other expenditures. On the overtime budget, we had from $625,000 allotted overtime budget. We had a balance of $88,989.10. And I've asked the government, the federal government, to give us $100,000 for overtime, and they did that, and which leaves us with a balance of $188,989.10 for the overtime budget. Typically, most of the overtime is spent in the month of November, December, and January for the obvious holidays, and in January, the parade. So we're through that, so we should be all right at the end of the year. Also, some of this overtime is important to be kept in the book for critical incidents and storms that come our way. On the next page, we'll have an overview of the government awards that have been given to us since October 1st of this year, this fiscal year. And with that money, we've obtained 4 emergency 911 phone towers. We've acquired 8 ATVs, trailers, body cameras, 7 new trucks, 1 transport van, and again, the $100,000 overtime that encompasses for the year $910,000, $265.51, which is just shy of $1 million in awards, money that the city does not contribute or that we have to pay back. On the next bullet, 4 is grants. On that, we're working with 20 grants this year. Some of the grants go from 1 year, 2 years, and multiple years, but the grants that we're working with this year is a total of $3,776,546.88, and I've documented them for you on that page. The next one that we're identifying is the forfeitures. These forfeitures occurred through our task force officers assigned to HSI, DEA, FBI, our street-level narcotic agents and canine handlers and investigators. From October 1st to now, which is 9 months, I'll give you an overview. They're broken down by day there for you, but if you go to the last page, these seizures have yielded to approximately 6,300 pills of Axion. Those are diet pills without prescription, which were illegal. Just shy of $5,000 of ammo seized that was going into Mexico for the cartels. Just shy of 9,000 pounds of cocaine. Just shy of 8,000 pounds of meth. 15 Rolexes worth of $331,500. A home that we seized here in the city worth $475,000. Vehicles seized at $1.3 million. Heavy machinery and equipment, tractors, at $6,243,000, and the biggest one is the currency just shy of $4 million, which is $3,839,914. And if you look at the pages the page right before, or the 3 pages before, it will give you the dates in which the Mission Police Department was involved with some of these investigations. The next one that we'll talk about is the training. Training is vital. Coming in here at day one, I promised that we would have Pinnacle training, and we've done just that. Some of the training that's ongoing and not stopping is the de-escalation. De-escalation is vital because our officers, day in and day out, answer calls for service where a citizen is upset or in trouble or in some type of panic. So it's important that our officers de-escalate the situation to avoid going hands-on and making an arrest if we have to. Another training that's vital is the officer-involved shooting. With everything that's been happening, it's vital that we train our officers day in and day out on officer-involved shootings. Driving is important. Our officers are on the road every single day around the clock. And most of the time, they're driving at high speeds. They're responding to an emergency, call for service, and therefore driving is very important for them to continue being trained on. Use of force is another big one. Obviously, anytime that we make an arrest, just about, sometimes we have to use force. And so that training is very important, not only to keep our officers safe, also the citizens safe, and also the liability to the city. Another training that's very important is mental health for our officers, and we've continued training on that. I have a page where in the back where I send memos, or emails occasionally to remind them of the importance of mental health and how we can help them to get over anything that they might be going through. The next one, number 7, is going to be a fitness program. Here recently, we had old and broken down gym at the police department, and you saw very few officers working out. As a result of that, we purchased brand new equipment, paid through our forfeiture account, and now you see a bunch of officers working out. It's important that they work out. It's important that they're mentally and physically fit. And everything is a domino effect. An officer that's not fit mentally or physically, he or she can give us more workman comp claims. And I placed a page there. Last year, we spent over $277,000 in workman comp claims. And on the stats that I just received, there were $36,000 that we spent this year. And we only have 3 months left, so we're doing real good. And I'll attach those 2 pages for you, for your convenience. The best practices program is very important. This is a cross-the-nation program. Best practice not only saves time and resources, but also enhances the quality of performance and products, like the standardized operating procedures and our policies. It's very important that we have similar policies to any police force across this nation, and that's what we've done. Mission is a best practice city certified, and we're very proud of that accomplishment. Number 9, high visibility program that we've created. One of those programs entails unmarked units that are parked throughout the city, and that's helped us to deter crime. The Skywatch police towers are important too. We have 9 of them, and we place them throughout the city to record and gather evidence when needed, and it's also a deterrent for crime. Heavy police presence is also very important, and we've done just that by having traffic operations, by having canine operations, STEP, which is a STEP comprehensive step to the Office of the Governor, and also Border Star is important, that we have 13 miles of river. We consistently have officers along the 13 miles of river. That has helped us to reduce crime. SWAT operations are very important, and we've done many of those as well. One of the ones that is fairly new to the city is obviously the drone program. I placed a page there with a statistic. It shows you 2 years ago we had 426 deployments. Last year we had 425 deployments, and we're at just shy of 200 for this year. And those deployments are very important. We've located multiple people, from kids to elderly to lost people, lost equipment. When we've had high-speed chase, somebody bails on us, and they go into the brush. Instead of sending 20 officers in there, we deploy the drone that has nighttime capability, infrared, and that's been very instrumental. That's where the world's going in today. You know, DPS has gone to a full-blown drone program. Guess what? Mission PD has as well. We're fixing to start mapping by air, reconstruction on fatality accidents or critical incidents by air to avoid shutting down the highway for 6 hours, 8 hours, 2 days, sometimes having 10, 15 officers to block highways. And with the drone program, it's going to help us to map out the scene aerial views. And so this is very important. We also have the drones that have the capability of entering homes. Not too long ago, we had a critical incident that ended up in the city of Wesco. We deployed our drone, and the drone went into the house to let us know who's inside of the house before our SWAT team went inside. So it's amazing, and we got those videos, and if you want to see those videos. So we're in the 21st century policing now, and we're very grateful for that. Mental health is another big one. Through our citizens, we've developed a program where we've identified over 500 residents who have been in crisis through mental health. And any time that we have a critical incident regarding a mental health individual, we have a team of 4 officers that are trained in mental health, and we also have a screener that goes out to the scene and screens these individuals to see if they fit the criteria to be accepted into behavioral center or not. And so that's very important because in this program, we've had at least every day we send our officers to go check on these 500 individuals. Whether we have a call or not, they still go out there and check upon them so that we can let them know that we are here for them. We're here to help them, we're here to guide them, and more importantly, we're here to support them and give them the resources needed. And that has helped us a lot because we build a bond with these individuals, and that's important for our city. Mental health for the officers is also important because our officers go through a lot. A lot of officers suffer from mental health, and so it's important that we give them the proper training, the proper programs, the proper way to how to deal with these mental health issues that we have. And I placed a form there, an email that I just sent, that I've been sending them forever. Just a reminder of the dangers of the job, reminders that we're human. We're going to go through PTSD. We're going to go through mental health, but there's programs out there that's going to help us to move on. And so that's very important for our officers. I'm very proud of every employee for the Mission Police Department, whether he or she's an officer or a support staff. I couldn't do my job without them, and it's important that it's about them. It's not about me. So I will close by letting you know as a council and letting our citizens know that the Mission Police Department is ready for any threat to public safety. Whether it's a storm or whether it's a critical incident, we're ready to go. Thank you for this time, and I can entertain any questions that you all might have.
Thank you, Chief. That was very informative. I just have one quick question. Is you have a lot of grants going on? Who takes care of them? Who tracks them?
We do.
Just in-house?
Yes, ma'am. We do in-house, and we also deal with Michael Elizalde.
Oh, okay.
The ones that typically go to the governor's office, pretty much we handle those internally ourselves.
Okay. Because that's like almost $3.8 million in grants
ma'am.
that you're working on. That's great. Thank you so much.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Any
I
questions?
do want to say that I was glad to see the number about the grants and the forfeitures. I think that helps us to buy a lot of equipment to continue servicing our citizens. So good job on that. And I know it's just a recommendation. And Mike, maybe we can get somebody. I know we get a lot of reports, and I feel like we can do better on some of these reports. If you really look at this report, it's a little bit difficult to follow. Maybe you could have printed this one on a legal size, you know?
Okay.
And, you know, it makes it easier for us. I mean, we get a lot of reports, and I'm sorry to pick on you, but it's...
Oh, I get it, yes.
But
I get it.
it's not the first
Landscape.
department that does it, Chief. So I really think your assistants need to help because it is, it makes it a lot better for everybody too. And once again, it's not it's not your first department, it's just, I've seen a lot of reports that need some improvement, Mike.
Will do. No problem.
Good job, sir.
Mayor, I'd like to say something.
Yes?
I think it's very important, Chief, to highlight your staff in reference to mental health. It's not a secret that I'm not really for that. And since you've taken that position, you've done a great job in that. I feel that working together with our new PR team to highlight, because not many cities do that, highlight your officers and all that extra time that our officers spend with our community members. I think 500 is a high number. And I think that we need to let the community know the things that you do at Mission PD and highlight that we're here for them and to support them. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Anybody? Any questions?
I just wanted to say thank you for getting all the new equipment and for the report. It was good, and I want to let the city know how well y'all are doing and how you're moving forward.
Okay.
Well, sir, it's teamwork, so thank you. You know, it starts with you all and, you know, ends with us. But again, very proud of our staff that have made this happen.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item is a report from our chamber. Hi, Ms. Brenda.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and City Manager Mike. So here we are again. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have a couple of highlights this month for the monthly report. We did go ahead and welcome La Concheria Cafe ribbon cutting. We did a ribbon cutting it's on Cherry Road. This is their second location. It's bringing 5 new jobs to Mission, and of course, besides their concherias, they're going to be expanding into chilaquiles. So stay tuned when that does happen. So be sure to go by and visit our new small business in town. We also had the opportunity to welcome Cross Church and their expansion here and make a footprint here in Mission, Texas. So we were really excited. It was a really good turnout, and we look forward to continuing the growth with Cross Church here in the Valley in Mission. And we went ahead and recap. We went ahead and welcomed Moon Restaurant, which is our newest entertainment fine dining here in Mission, Texas. It's off of Griffin, and they do serve sushi and steak. We went ahead and invited our membership to come and check it out last week, and it was a wonderful evening. The chef is local as well, so we do invite everyone to come and join us. They open at 4:30 daily. And we want to thank our mayor for being a part of our podcast, which is Commerce Conversation. So we're excited about it. It's in editing mode, and it will be released on June 30th. So please come out and be sure to share it with us. You can watch it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And in upcoming events, we do have our Discover Mission team heading to the island this Thursday afternoon. It's with the Texas Tourism Travel Program, and the focus is on Summer Regional Workshop. So we'll be promoting Mission, Texas at the island. We also have 2 webinars with our partners of SBDC, and they're both focused on startup businesses. One will be in Spanish on the 26th, and on the one on July 2nd is in English, or the opposite. And again, Discover Mission, we're going to be promoting the City of Mission this Saturday at the National Butterfly Center Mariposa Kermes event. It's happening from 9 to 2. We do invite the community to come out and help us. And also, if you're not already following Discover Mission, please feel free to give us a follow on the social media channels. And we do have 2 ribbon cuttings happening coming up. One is for a Sherry Oaks luxury townhouse. We're really excited about it, and that's going to be on July 2nd. We are going to celebrate the 8th anniversary for the Drunken Chicken here on Conway on July 3rd. So we do invite everybody to come have lunch with us. We do have a membership mixer coming up for the month of July. And then, of course, our Buenas Tardes luncheon is already available. And the topic is going to be the state of current business. And we're inviting everybody at the local, state, and federal level and see who can join us and just give us a pulse on the business today. And that's all I have for this time.
Very good. Okay, thank you. All right. Next item is departmental reports. Those were in our packets. Does anybody have any questions or a motion?
Mayor, I move to approve the reports as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to accept the departmental reports as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously 5-0. Next item is citizens' participation. Ms. Ana? No one has signed up, and we're going to move on to public hearing. And the first item is our proposed CDBG annual action plan.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City Manager. Item number 6 is a public hearing on the proposed CDBG annual action plan for FY 25-26. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development requires local jurisdictions to prepare and submit an annual action plan in order to receive federal funds through the Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG. The annual action plan describes activities that will be undertaken with CDBG funds in furtherance of the objectives set forth in the Consolidated Plan 2023-2027. A draft of this document is available at the Community Development Office and the city's official website. In accordance with the Citizen Participation Plan, the Citizens Advisory Committee made their recommendations for the annual action plan during a meeting held on June 2nd, 2025. A notice of public hearing was published in the Progress Times on June 6, 2025, which announced 2 public hearings and a 30-day comment period to solicit input on the proposed projects for the annual action plan 25-26. The 2025 CDBG allocations is $992,431, with additional program income of $77,195 for a grand total of $1,069,626, which is available for the FY 25-2026 CDBG program. The purpose of this public hearing is to solicit public comment on the recommended funding allocations. The department will accept comments through the end of the comment period being July 7th, 2025.
This is just a presentation.
This is just a presentation, yes, a public hearing for the proposed. And really would just like to welcome the public to come by our office, and we're located at 1301 East 8th Street, or they can come by City Hall to pick up a packet that includes a draft of the proposed annual action plan. And these will be finalized. We have a public hearing coming up this Wednesday as well at the Spear Memorial Library at 5:30 in the evening. And again, that can also welcome public input as well. And then we'll bring it back to council before everyone, the first meeting in July, and we'll submit for the actual action plan to be awarded.
Oh, so the first meeting in July, it'll be actually finalized
Yes, Mayor.
and awarded at
Yes,
that time?
that'll be our final recommendations to be
Okay.
presented to yourself and to
Okay.
council.
Okay. All right.
First meeting, right?
First meeting in July, yeah. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment or a statement, comment, question? No? Okay, all right, thank you. All right, we'll move on to plan and zoning recommendations, public hearings. First item. I think everybody can come and sit at the front like normal. JP, Andy.
The Assistant City Manager of the Year.
Okay.
Mayor, City Council, good evening. The first item on your agenda for public hearings is rezoning. It's a 9-acre tract on the south side of Griffin Parkway, just east of Highland. It's a 2-part rezoning. The north one half, they're proposing a general business district, and the south one half townhouse district. Right now it's on agricultural open space. There's an abandoned home in the property. Actually, there's 2 homes and a shed in the back that is abandoned, and it's 9 acres total. The survey of the first tract facing Griffin Parkway and the survey of the south tract for the townhouses. Photos of the property. There's some really nice trees. I hope they're preserved in line with the comprehensive plan. No opposition from the surrounding property owners, and Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval unanimously.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Is there anyone online? Are there any questions or motion? It is.
South side of Griffin Parkway, just east of Holland. It's a big tract.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve 5.18 acres to C3 and the remaining 4.2 acres to R1T. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5661. Next item.
The next item is a rezoning from office building district to general business district. It's along the west side of Conway, just north of the Wagon City mobile home subdivision, south of Mile 2 Road. So you have commercial zoning to the north, the Wagon City to the south. So what's proposed here is storage buildings in the front portion of the property. They're proposing a two-story climate-controlled storage building, and in the west side of the property, just the regular storage buildings. It's a survey of the property, photo of the property from Conway, in line with the comprehensive plan, and then you have an artist rendering of the proposed building in the front. So it's going to be nice, yeah.
Yes, it's nice.
There's a nursery close by there, right?
You have the mobile home subdivision just south, and then a commercial plaza, pediatric clinic
Yeah, I was gonna
just
say.
So
north.
this is on the north side?
Yeah, it's on North Conway.
It's on the west side of the road,
Yes.
but south of 2 Mile Line.
Okay, on Conway.
Yeah,
Yes,
on
on the west side of Conway.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's pretty.
Okay, is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this request? Is there anyone online?
No, ma'am.
Okay, is there any other questions or motion?
I move to approve.
Second. There's a motion and a second to rezone this property to C3. It's a 2.5 acre tract out of lot 28-6. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5662. Next item.
This is a conditional use permit for an existing convenience store that has a drive-through window. This is on Inspiration Road between Mile 2 and Mile 3, just north of Azalea. This business has been here for a while, no complaints from the neighbors. They did lack on landscaping, so I asked them to do additional landscaping. So there you have the before and after. He planted bougainvilleas on the edge there. So with time, it's gonna be a more beautiful business. And then we're recommending for 3 years.
3 years. Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Is there anyone online?
No, ma'am.
Are there any other questions or motion?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for approval.
Okay.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as requested. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5663. Next item.
Next item is a conditional use permit for the sale of firearms from a house at 2208 Monaco Street off of Sherry Road. He had a conditional use permit in the past in this location, but he relocated to a commercial suite, but then the applicant had personal issues and had to go back to his house. The applicant says that he doesn't really sell from the house. All the sales are online, and he goes to gun shows. But he has to register the business with the city, and the ATF requires a letter from the city that he's in compliance with our ordinances. It's a gated subdivision. We had no opposition from the surrounding property owners. That's his shop in the back of the house. So staff recommends approval for 1 year. And the applicant is here to explain his business.
Okay, is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition to this request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone
So what is it
online?
that, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyone online? No? Okay. All right. Now we have questions.
So what is it that they do at home? If they don't sell from there?
He just checks the, I guess, the background of the people that want to buy guns from him, and then he sells them online, and he goes to gun shows. So it's more background work that he does from his house. But the applicant is here, and he can explain more.
So do they have any inventory there or no?
Sorry,
Oh, okay.
you what now, I'm sorry?
Do you have any inventory there in your house or no?
Yes, I have inventory. It's all in safes. I have 3 big safes, and all the inventory is locked up all the time. I have no intention of selling to the general public at my home. The only thing that I will do is I will, if somebody that I know makes an appointment, then I will bring, they can come in and I will sell them a gun if I know them. I will not sell to the general public. The only reason that I'm getting this license is the ATF required it, or asked me for it at my last time that they checked all of my guns. Okay. But everything stays locked up, and I don't intend to sell guns from my location at my house, only on appointment, and then I also sell at gun shows or online, okay? But as far as the public, no. I'm not gonna have somebody drive in and wanna buy a gun. If I don't know them, I don't do business. Okay.
No ammunition.
I'm sorry.
No ammunition?
Ammunition, yes, I have some ammunition. And I reload ammunition. But that's my personal. I like to reload.
Okay.
So that's me. I don't know if you have any other questions, but.
Are there any other questions? No?
There was no opposition.
No.
And if I remember from the workshop, this is the second time?
Yes, he had a CUP in this location before, and then he relocated his business to a commercial suite, but he had some health issues and needed to go back to his house.
Okay.
Mayor, I move to approve.
All right.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. And that's ordinance number 5664. Next item.
It's a conditional use permit for Taboo Bar and Grill. This bar has been in place for a few years. The conditional use permit expired, so it's a new conditional use permit. So it's on Cherry Road, south of Business 83. But I think there were some noise issues in the past that have been addressed because we had no one from the neighborhood show up in opposition to the conditional use permit request last week. So that's the photo of the place. It's 30% food sales, 70% alcohol sales. So because he let the conditional use permit expire, we're recommending for 6 months. There were a few police calls, but there were minor calls, 8 calls since September of last year. So I told the applicant if the police calls are staying at a minimum, in 6 months we can recommend a renewal for 1 year. Planning and Zoning Commission added a condition, which is to have 5 security officers at all times while open, which is what he currently does. The applicant said that he always has 5 security officers. So Planning and Zoning Commission just added that condition to the list.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Is anyone online, Ms. Anna? No? Are there any questions?
I do have one. How long had the time lapsed since the last? You said it was expired.
He like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the question, Ms. Vanessa?
How long the lapse between the expiration period where he did not have it?
So right now it's expired.
Right now it's expired, that's why it's a new conditional use permit. So I asked the applicant to make sure that it doesn't happen again, and then in the next round, we can recommend for 1 year if the police calls are minimal, which I expected to be minimal police calls.
I'm surprised it is expired. I mean,
The applicant, I guess, I don't know, he got busy, I don't know, he missed it. Because we call him, and we ask him to come in to renew the conditional use permit. I don't know, I don't know what happened, but he let it expire, and here we are.
Okay. Any other questions?
When you let it, I have a question, Mayor. When they let it lapse like that, what's the charge for them to come back and do the process again?
Well, it's the same fee, but so kind of like the penalty is, staff only recommended for 6 months. The applicant desires 1 year, but staff, so that's kind of the penalty is we're recommending the new conditional use permit for 6 months only. Make sure it doesn't happen again, and make sure that your police calls stay at a minimum, so that in the next round in 6 months, we can recommend for 1 year, and then we take it from there.
So this isn't an issue from other applicants? It's not, is it common for them to let it lapse?
It happens sometimes, yeah. We reach out to the applicants, and they don't answer the phone, and they don't respond.
So I mean, this is just a thought. I'm thinking that maybe we can look into the process and maybe, because there always has to be consequences to what you don't do. And if it's really not anything, they'll let it go. And so I think maybe we need to look into that, like what is it that they will need to come next time, maybe raise the price a little more or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
A late fee?
Yeah, like for building permits, if they don't come in for a permit, we charge a double fee. So we could do the same thing
I think
for
that-
this, for the CUP application.
I feel like we've had several that have lapsed and expired, and so they're still operating during this
Yeah,
lapse
yeah, they're
period.
operating.
I'm a little surprised that they let it expire whenever there was so many issues in the past.
Oh, he's here.
Well, the good news is that the noise concerns were addressed.
Yes.
Right, so that's progress. I think he made some improvements to the building to keep the noise from going to the
I know,
neighborhood.
that's what I'm saying, that's why I'm surprised, because the last time we requested a lot of stuff from him, and I'm pretty sure he invested money
Yes.
and all that, so that's why, for them to let expire one, it's so surprising.
Yeah. And the applicant is here if you wanna.
Maybe they were busy with La Mexico Inc., is the same one?
It's the same applicant, yes.
Okay.
I move to approve
Second.
with all the conditions or recommendations by staff.
Yes, and the additional condition from PNC.
Yes, okay. So there's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as requested. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5665. Next item.
So this one is a conditional use, it's a renewal, so they reapplied on time. It's a nursery, and we haven't had any complaints, so we're recommending life of the use.
Okay, is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here would like to speak in favor or in opposition for this request?
Yes. Hi, yes, in favor. The owner. I am the owner.
Okay, can you just state your name and address for the record?
Hi, yes, of course. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Luis de la Garza, and my wife, Azucena Bastida, is also here next to me. We just want to say thank you for the opportunity. It's been a few great years with you guys, and we thrive, and we just try to beautify everything as much as we can. So hopefully you guys like it too.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Is there
You're
anyone
welcome.
else online? Ana? No? Okay. Are there any questions for the applicant or staff?
I move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit renewal as requested. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries, and that's ordinance number 5666. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Next item.
It's a conditional use permit for a new food truck park. This is at the southeast corner of Business 83 and Oblate. This application came in before the new ordinance, so it's in compliance with the rules from before the ordinance. So it's next to a muffler shop there in Business 83. The vacant property next to is the same owner. So this is what he's proposing, a space for 4 mobile food units, some landscaping along Business 83, parking spaces for 8 people, restrooms to the right, and then a canopy next to the landscaping. And we had no opposition from the surrounding property owners. That's the photo of the property. One of the conditions is that the restrooms must be Americans with Disabilities Act compliant. So we're recommending for 1 year.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Is there anyone online? No? Are there any questions for staff? Or a motion?
I move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as requested. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5667. Next item.
This is a conditional use permit for a mobile food unit that owns hot dogs and more. He had been there for several years. He had a permit from the county, the city annexed, so he came in with the annexation. There was an accident, and he was, somebody ran into his mobile food unit, so he was out of operation, so he's trying to get back in his business, but now he's having to get a permit from the city. The good news is that he's in compliance with our new ordinance, so that's the location on Mile 3 and Moorfield Road at the northeast corner, next to a auto shop. The good news is that he's in compliance with our new ordinance. So he's 2 miles away from the nearest mobile food units. So if approved, he will be taking up that corner that is available.
Okay.
And he did some landscaping, and so he beautified the property a little bit.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Is there anyone online? No? Okay. Are there any questions for staff? Or a motion?
I so move.
Second.
And a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, and that's ordinance number 5668.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is our consent agenda, and that is items number 15 through, is it through 36? Through 36.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda items. Number 15, approval of minutes. 16, acknowledgement of receipt of minutes. 17, authorization to enter into interlocal agreement between the City of Mission and Sud. 18, authorization to solicit bids for purchase of a caliche for the Public Works Department, flexible base caliche. 19, authorization to award bid for a hot mix. 20, authorization to approve service agreement between the City of Mission and Lone Star Citrus Growers Agreement. 21, authorization repairs to the Francisco Avenue Railroad Crossing and approval sole source agreement with Rio Valley Switching Company. Number 22, authorization to solicit for bids for meter connect supplies for the Public Works Department. 23, authorization to enter into a memorandum of understanding between the Mission High School and the City of Mission Police Department. Number 24, authorization for a lease purchase of a 2025 Ford Transit passenger van for the Mission Police Department. Number 25, authorization to purchase 25 rifle-resistant body armor. I want to say for who? I think it's for the police department, right?
Yes, police department.
Okay, number 26, authorization to extend the lease for 5 2022 Chevrolet Tahoes. And then 27, approval of United Way South Texas for in-kind letter. 28, authorization to enter into an interlocal corporation agreement between Hidalgo County and the City of Mission for the Veterans Benefits Fair. 29, approval of ordinance
5669.
5669, amendment, Chapter 30, Emergency Services, Article 3, Emergency Medical Vehicles. And 30, I'm almost done, guys, I promise. Number 30, proposal amendments, manual for the grant compliance requirements. 31, authorization to submit a grant application for the SAFER program. 32, authorization to submit a grant application for fire safety. 33, board appointments to the Citizens Advisory Committee and the Sherry Golf Course Advisory Board. I don't have to mention the names, right? Okay, number 34, authorization of approval, proposed revisions to the group health plan. 35, authorization to award new employee benefit contracts. And last, approval of ordinance
5670.
5670 for amending personal policy manual insurance policy.
Okay, there's a motion
Second.
and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item is item number 37, approvals and authorizations.
Apologies. Good afternoon, Mayor and council persons. This is, the city staff recommends the establishment of a separate fund on the certificate of obligation proceeds that was approved on the meeting of April of 2025 and issued on June 9, 2025. This fund should not be commingled with any other funds, and proceeds shall be used solely for the purpose that is outlined as official statement under the caption "Use of Proceeds." Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for staff? Discussion?
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
Is there any way, I would like maybe perhaps a quarterly report on the drawdowns and use of funds, if we can include in the budget to actual, so that we, be transparent with ourselves and the public on how these funds are being allocated.
We'll do that.
Thank
you. Yes, Councilwoman.
Do you want to make that into a motion?
Oh, I would make a motion to approve and request that we provide quarterly reports on the drawdown and use of funds for the Certificate of Obligated Fund Series 2025 Certificate of Obligations.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 5671 for the Series 2025 Certificates of Obligation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item.
The next item pertains for the establishment of the interest and sinking fund for the Series 2025 Certificate of Obligations. This fund is created to deposit the city's tax collections designated for the debt payment and interest as stipulated on Schedule 2 of the purchase agreement, and to further secure that funds are available for such payments. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Any questions or comments? A motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the establishment of an interest and sinking fund for Series 2025 Certificates of Obligation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. And that's ordinance number 5672. Next item.
On this item, basically going in line with that, well, I'm asking for the adoption of a debt policy for the city of Mission. adopting and setting in place a debt policy establishes governing policies, ratios, and measurements, as well as constraints for current and future bonds and our certificate of obligations. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Okay, are there any questions or discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve the debt policy.
There's a motion
Second.
and a second to adopt the debt policy for the city of Mission. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. Next item.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. I come before you to present item number 40. We accepted a one-bid response for the Building Resilience Infrastructure and Community Brick Program Development Grant Administration for Civil Engineering and Project Management Services. Staff recommends amendment to bid 24-169-12-27 to include awarding of fiscal year 2022 Brick Program Development Grant Administration, Civil Engineering and Project Management Service to Westwood Professional Services, who is the lowest responsible bidder, meeting all the specifications in the amount of $404,710 from the Brick Program Award, with a 28.31% match in the amount of $114,566.11 for project Astroland Drainage Engineering Design. Staff and city manager recommends approval.
Okay. Are there any questions for staff?
Move to
Comments?
approve.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to award the Brick Program Development Grant Administration, Civil Engineering and Project Management Services to Westwood Professional Services in the amount of $404,710. And our match would be
CDBG.
from CDBG. Okay, thank you. And again, I know it's called Astroland Drainage Engineering, project design, but it's,
So this is in the vicinity between Mayberry and Conway,
okay,
and on north and south is from Expressway to Business City 3. As you all know, there's a big grade of elevation between Business City 3 and Expressway, approximately 22 to 25 feet in elevation. So everything sheet flows to the expressway and bottlenecks in that area. So we're trying to upsize the pipes and also to add more capacity to that area. And also, thank you, Mayor, for setting up that with Mission ISD. Castro Elementary will be donating the land to convert that area into a detention pond.
okay.
We'll be starting that project hopefully next month, and we'll be doing it in-house, that detention pond,
That's going
which is
to
in
be,
Citriana and Francisco.
that should be a huge improvement for that area.
Yes,
So-
definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for your support.
Thank you, so it's a team effort. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. Next
Thank you,
item.
Mayor and Council. Item number 41, approval interlocal agreement between the City of Mission and Nawasad related to the Inspiration Road sanitary sewer line lift station number 10, flow reroute. The City of Mission sanitary sewer line trunk line along Inspiration Road has reached maximum capacity during storm events due to infiltration. Lift station number 10, which is in the vicinity of Inspiration Road between 495 and Mile 2, currently discharges over 2 million gallons per day of wastewater into the Inspiration Road sanitary sewer trunk line, and this flow is contributing to the trunk line reaching maximum capacity by rerouting a portion up to 500,000 gallons per day of the effluent flow coming from the City of Mission lift station number 10 to the Awasad lift station, which is located in La Joma Road. Will offset the flow from the trunk line to allow it to more manageable to maintain. Awasad has agreed to reroute the effluent from the lift station 10 through their system and ultimately discharge to the City of Mission wastewater plant. Awasad approved the interlocal agreement on their June 17, 2025 meeting. Awasad will charge the city for water reroute services at a set of $1.09 per 1,000 gallons on a monthly basis. The staff and city manager recommends approval.
Okay.
As you know, Mayor, on this one, we have been experiencing some problems on Tierra Dorada area. I want to thank Ms. Jessica Ortega for setting up some meetings with some residents that we had. They had some sewer backups at their houses. So Ms. Jessica and I were visiting those residents and telling them about this project. We currently have a project in that area right now. We're approximately 75% completed. We should be completing that project in November. We are eliminating one lift station and building a big lift station in the Tierra Dorada area, and also rerouting our sewer line and water line in that area, discharging it to Los Ebanos.
Okay. Is this a temporary route, or is this going to be part of our
It's
system?
going to be a permanent system, which is going to be hugging the right-of-way on the Mission lateral.
Okay.
It's approximately 6,500 linear feet of line that we run into that line,
Okay,
to that lift station.
okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments?
I move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the interlocal agreement between the City of Mission and Agua Sud relating to the Inspiration Road sanitary sewer. That too is going to be a great project, so thank you so much. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item number 42, approval of ordinance 5673 of the City of Mission changing the speed limit from 55 to 45 miles an hour along La Joma Road, which is State Highway 364, as requested by TxDOT, beginning in the 655 North 3 Mile Line roadway to 660 feet south of 3 Mile Line. The maximum speed limit will change from 55 miles an hour to 45 miles an hour. So due to the accidents that have been occurring in that intersection, Mayor, TxDOT approached us so we could support them in changing the speed limit from 55 to 45 miles an hour. Staff and City Manager recommends approval.
Okay, are there any questions, comments?
Move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 5673, changing the speed limit from 55 to 45 along SH 364 as requested by TxDOT. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item number 43, ratification of emergency purchase in the amount of $153,745.99 to J&E Lift Station Services for the purchase of a power breaker for the North Water Treatment Plant. On June 6, 2025, a power breaker at the North Water Treatment Plant experienced a failure and explosion, resulting in a low water pressure for residents. Staff is requesting approval of the emergency procurement of a replacement power breaker in accordance with the city's procurement policies for emergency situations to restore full functionality and ensure continued service reliability. Staff and City Manager recommends approval.
Okay, any questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to ratify the emergency purchase in the amount of $153,745.99 to J&E Lift Station Services for purchase of power break breaker? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Power break breaker? Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much. Next item is unfinished business. I don't think there is any. And after that, we have routine matters.
Yes, ma'am. Independent Day celebration, July 3rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Mission Event Center. Everyone is welcome to attend. We're going to have sandbag distribution, self-serve, every Saturday through the hurricane season at Spear Memorial Library from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. If we do have an event coming in, then it'll be open 7 days a week.
Right.
Yeah. Summer craft days at the Mission Historical Museum every Wednesday and through June and July from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's it.
Okay. City Council comments?
No comments, Mayor.
No comments.
I do. I just want to say thank you to our staff and to all those that serve on any board or advisory board, because without them, it takes all of us to run the city. So thank you. Your hard work does not go unnoticed.
Okay, thank you.
No comment.
All right, I don't have any comments myself, so the next item is executive session. Is there-
I'll move to go into executive session.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to go into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.074.071. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Aye. All opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously. On item 1, no action. Item 2,
Yes, for
no
your
action. Item number 3,
No action.
may I have a motion? Yes, it was to proceed.
I'd like to make a motion as discussed in executive session.
I abstain on that one.
On number 3? It's Carla.
Okay. A
As discussed.
second.
So there's a motion to proceed, I'm sorry, proceed as discussed in executive session. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously. And item number 4,
I'll make a motion to proceed as discussed in executive session.
Second.
there's a motion and a second to proceed as discussed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Item number 5, to adjourn.
There's a
Make a motion
motion
to
and a
adjourn.
second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Good afternoon, City Council, City Manager. Item number 30 is seeking authorization to accept a grant award from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department for the Recreational Trails Grant in the amount of $250,000 with a 20% cost share supported by in-kind services. The city will support its required cost share of $50,000 with in-kind services to include labor for the project's trail overlay and vegetation cleaning. Staff and City Manager recommend approval.
Okay, are there any
I move to
questions?
approve.
There's a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion or questions?
So the 50,000 is an in-kind.
Yes, sir. And that'll be staff doing their labor, and we'll track that and submit that to Parks and Wildlife.
I bet Mike likes that.
Okay. There are no other discussion or questions. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. Next item.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Item number 31 is seeking authorization to accept a grant award from Texas Department of Emergency Management for the FY22 Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program in the amount of $404,710 with a cost share of 28%. The federal share is $290,143 with 89 cents, and the city's local share is $114,566 and 11 cents, which is 28%.